Okay, we've just measured row A and row B on the right side of this glider. Now we're going to do row C, which is a little more complicated because this is the row in this particular glider that has the stabilo lines. So here's A1, A2, A3, A4. So we're going to start with C1. So here's B, following the seam down, follow it a little further, the same seam. Here's C1. Okay, now we're going to begin the C row here. Our laser's Bluetooth connected to our laptop. This riser 4 is actually row C, and we're situated right there. Okay, we get her braced. Hit our laser, beam is on, pull back just an inch, take a measurement, get 69.29, I mean. Again, 69.29. Again, 69.31. So there's a change there. So I always go 4 times. 69.30 is our stabilized measurement. C2. 68.85. 68.85. Lean back. Take a measurement. 68.87. It's gone up a little bit. 68.87, that's our stabilized measurement. And it Bluetooths right over. Okay, C1, C2, this is D, this is D, we need C3. So you gotta watch the lines there where they branch out. A, B, C. Okay, this is C3. It's easy to get mixed up, so you can't have anybody talking to you when you do this. 68.60, 68.63, 68.64 millimeters, and 68.64 millimeters, Bluetooth it over. Now we go to C4, so that's D here, this is C4, branches off there, you got to keep an eye on everything, make sure there's, okay, lean back 1 inch, 68.73, 68.73, we're stabilized, it's going to give a little here, 68.74, and our 4th measurement, 68.73. That's the one we're going to take. So now we're on C5. So you got to be careful when you transition from the one line groups. Here's our D. So we're going over to the next C. So it appears to be here, and if it is, there's a D below it. So we're on C5 now for the next group. C5. On 68.42, 68.43, 68.44, 68.44, we're taking it. C5, C6, 68.18, 68.18, 68.19. Let's try one more. Stabilize 68.18 for C6. C7. There's the D. There's C7. Should be connected up ahead. There it buys out. Should be a D below it. So we're good. That's C7. Okay. 67.94, 67.96, 67.96, lean back an inch, 67.97, we're taking it. C8, C8 is 68.05, 68.05, 68.05, we're taking it, that's stabilized. Okay, C9, the next group of lines. So we gotta follow, here's the D, follow the seams over, this appears to be it. If it is, it wise up, and there's a D below it, that's it, C9. 68, 6688, 6690, 6689, 6691. We're taking it. 10, C10, 6647, 6647. Seems stable. Oops, 6648. We're taking one more. 6648. We're taking it. Okay, C11 should be connected up there with the D below it. We're at C11. 6559. 6559. It's always the third and fourth measurement that we change. See, 6561, and we stabilize on the fourth one, 6561, and we take it. Okay, so now we're on line C12. This is our last of the C row, and then we get into the stabilos. 6524, 6524. Now we're going to change here. 6525. It's just pretty consistent. And 6525. We're taking it. Okay, 13. Now this is not C13. This is the stabilos. And this is where it gets tricky. You always got to refer to your line pan when you prepare your spreadsheet. I have another video that I put up before this that gets into all those details. So let's bring this up to light here. I'll show you how this works. You got to be really careful here. Okay, so my stabilos are these 5 lines here off this one main stabilo line. A13, 14, B13, B14, and then C14. So I've already reviewed them, so I know how it goes. So A13 is the next one in my sequence. 6277, 6278, 6278, 6280. Ooh, we got to go one more. 6279. We're stabilized. Taking it. Okay, this is A14 now. So 6059, 6060. That's a 1 millimeter difference. 6061. Each one's changing a hair. 6062, we're taking it. It's A14. Now, this says line 15, but really it's B14. Just got to know the sequence of the line plan when you put these together. B14 is 6264, 6264, 6265, and one more. 6265. We're taking it. Now we're going to go B15. So we did A13, A14. So here's B13, B14 right here. Right here. There we go. 6113, 6115, 6115, 6115. We're taking it. Okay, next one is my phone's ringing. Got insurance company. Now this is C14. We'll do the last one here, and I'll call that insurance company back. 6204, 6207, 6207, 6207. We're taking it, and that's our stabilos. Bingo. And so what we do is here is we got all of them in, and so now I need to go to my adjust spreadsheet and take a peek at what we got here. And so here's my A row, which is my A1 and A2 lines, and we're negative 15 through negative 20 is the average shrinkage here. On the big ear line, we're negative 19 through 25, and on the C row, excuse me, the B row, we're averaging about negative 22 all the way to negative 27, and then on the C row, we're going negative 18 all the way up to negative 25. is the average there. And so what we do is, you know, I'll do the D row and the brakes. And so because all lines shrink, we have to re-zero the glider. And to re-zero it, I go to my main sheet here, because we've got to see how it relates to compares with the factory measurements, and you can't tell with shrinkage, and you can't stretch the lines. You can only add malleting loops. So what you do is you go re-zero it, and so here's my 0, and I'm going to put in here 22 and see how that works. Whoops, let me get a 2 in there, 22. Enter that, and then we go back to the spreadsheet. So we got, oh, we got all our negatives gone. We got just some slightly positive numbers. We don't have any numbers over 10 or below 10. We're completely balanced on the A row, the big ear, the B row, after we re-zeroed it. And let's see what the C row looks, and the C row too. So we're looking good straight across the board. And the C row is attached to the D row, so the D row is going to probably mimic that once I measure it. You see, so this glider does not look like it needs anything done to it at this stage of the game. And I'll go ahead and finish her up. But we re-zeroed it with the average shrinkage throughout is 22 millimeters. And once we re-zeroed it, we see its symmetry is all within factory spec. So what that tells us is that the glider canopy, the harness, and we brought the harness up 22 millimeters, like yay, and we've balanced this now, or compare it to the symmetry of the factory spec lines, as if it was its original length. And so what typically happens when a glider is older than this glider, or has more use or more coastal flying, I think this is more of an inland flying glider, so it didn't shrink as much as what would be coastal wise with these Dyneema main lines, is that if it did have more shrinkage,